The Earth is too big to see the curve. Boats go over the curve. The Earth is too big to see the curve. The horizon is Earth's curve. Planes fly straight and level, but also curved. The Earth rotates underneath hurricanes, but not underneath airplanes, drones, helicopters, balls. We know the Earth moves because you can go outside and see the sun move, the stars move, and the moon moves. So that proves we're moving. The only way to recreate a vacuum is with a container. The vacuum of space is not contained.
The New Yorker put out a post about the new generation of airships and air travel, and another article on why airships may be the future of travel. Oh, you didn't know? This is old world technology, and look at this ship. My boy True Earthers Unite just did a video on this, talking about how these floating cities could hold 1,100 people. That's the population of Wayne City. And I like the headline of his page. It says, free travel anywhere. Now, the travel itself isn't just free. The energy is. Look at the headline of this old article. Strange lifting force. A lot of people are mystified of how these giant structures stayed in the air with entire cities built on the inside of them. You ever heard of the band Led Zeppelin? Yeah, well, this is a Zeppelin, and it's made of steel. So how does it float? Well, you see it's tethering to these Tesla coil-looking structures. It's also a docking port where people dock onto it. Well, what is this strange lifting force that keeps these things afloat? Let me take you to a patent that's very popular here on this channel, the triangular spacecraft. And taking a quick look at the abstract, this little deal here flies using vertical electrostatic line charges that create a horizontal plane wave, basically creating a portable Van de Graaff generator and counteracting the weight of the object to fly. Wait, why wouldn't NASA have this technology? They do! In fact, NASA has an electrostatic levitation laboratory. Your real question should be, wait a minute, how is this anti-gravity craft not somehow using the Einsteinian bending and warping of space-time theory of gravity in order to levitate? How come an anti-gravity craft uses electrostatics to levitate? Because these crafts harness the electrostatic potential in the atmosphere to achieve lift and propulsion. So why have they been covering this up and acting like it's some brand new technology all of a sudden? Because it's a big problem for this. Also, if us peasants get the idea of free energy, what kind of catastrophe's next? Fruit trees on every corner? Which, by the way, they say the reason we don't have more fruit trees in public is because, oh, well, the fruit trees just need too much tending to. No, they only need tending to if you want your apples to look like this. You know, I'd take this organic apple that tastes much better. Yeah, it rots quicker, but I'd rather have it over this GMO wax apple. And I call BS on the public fruit thing because you ever been to like a tropic place? You ever left the United States and went to like Costa Rica or places where they have wild fruit trees everywhere and you just... One more shout out to my boy Phoenix for sending me this article. It's time that we uncover the old world and bring back old technologies. Quit trying to act like they're brand new.
The green flash above the sun proves that it sets above the horizon. When the light from the sun comes down to us through the atmosphere, the last colors to refract are the green and blue. If it was true that the sun were below the horizon, then the colors would be inverted and we would see it the other way around. The last colors we would see if the sun was setting below the horizon would be the red, orange, and yellow. But because the sun is setting above the horizon, the last colors we see refract are the yellow, green, and blue.
Hey, TikTok, right? This guy, his name's Will Duffy, dude. He has an experiment, right, coming out for the globe called The Final Experiment. So I'm super excited. I'm like, dude, what experiment? I love experiments. I'm over the debates and discuss, like, we can talk till we're blue in the face. Let's do some observational, scientific method experiments. And then I find out he's talking about the 24-hour sun in Antarctica. That's never been viewed before. Although claimed by multiple sources to be viewed, all have been debunked. Every single one. It's obvious. Look at the Antarctic 24-hour sun footage compared to the Arctic, right, in the North Pole, Center Pole, whatever you want to call it. Look at that footage, dude. Completely different. The light in the sky is leaving and or getting farther away like the sun is. Not the case in the... Bro, you go to the south, the sun's it's just a complete CGI sun, dude, being shrunken while the light in the sky, like, it's not matching up at all. These are two completely different types of videos, right? If this were true, it would make sense, right? Like, if you could actually prove a live, unedited footage of a 24-hour sun in Antarctica, although in no way, shape, or form does that automatically prove that we're on a globe, like, it doesn't. There could be other celestial bodies, like, lots of other conclusions or things that could be true. I would definitely be willing to listen, and I'd be up for more observations. But we have not seen any actual evidence or unedited live scientific method experiments to prove this like we have in the North. Now, just to kind of bring that together, that would be like me saying that because the pool balls are spherical, well, that means that the pool table has to be a sphere too. It makes no sense. Now, if you're really not getting what I'm saying, it would also be like looking up at stars and or planets, wandering stars, and then saying, oh, well, the wandering stars are round, they're ball, so we're a ball. It makes no sense. So all I'm asking you to do is, before you just believe people like Will Duffy, right? They got money and they got all these people and they come in here and they just say things that don't prove anything, and they just back the, money, they back the propaganda, and they get people paid right on the scientific side of things, does not mean that they have actually done any type of scientific method experiment or proven anything empirically. So just do your own research and stay vigilant.
Here's a simple proof that the Earth is stationary and that the heavens move above us. If you Google what a sidereal day is, it's basically the amount of time it takes for the stars to appear to do one full rotation, and in the description it'll tell you that a solar day is how long it takes for the sun to do one full rotation. Now, according to their model, these two rotations, or apparent rotations according to them, are caused by the Earth rotating. So how can you have two different speeds? How can the stars move faster than the sun when the sun is actually closer than the stars? The stars are effectively infinite distance away from us, and the sun is closer. How do the stars appear to move faster in the sky? How do we have two different speeds if they're both caused by Earth rotation? The mainstream answer is because the Earth is on an orbit around the sun, but that still doesn't make sense because the sun is closer to the Earth than the stars. So the sun should move way faster because it's way closer. It's 93 million miles away, not 4 light years away, which is their closest star. So yeah, good luck with that one.
A group of social criminals, these people in the space program. Nassholes, I call them. I have a very low tolerance level for stupid bullshit. Every one of those items is provably untrue at one level or another, but we believe them because they're pounded into our heads from the time we're children. That's what they do with that kind of stuff. They put it in the heads of kids. They pound it in there because they know kids are too young to be able to mount a sophisticated argument against these kind of ideas. And so kids, and up to a certain age, by the way, kids are going to believe everything a grown-up tells them, everything. So kids never learn to question things. Nobody questions things in this country anymore. Nobody questions things. Why? People are too fat and happy. People are way too fucking prosperous for their own good. Everyone's got a cell phone that'll make pancakes and rub their balls. Americans have been silenced, bought off and silenced by gizmos and toys. And as a result, no one's ever learned to question things. Kids who want to learn to read are going to learn to read. Much more important to teach children to question what they read.